Hey everybody, it's Keith Marlo coming to you live in living color all the way from Macau, China. Thanks for tuning in. Of course, it's watchandplayonline.com. Today's video is about how to build a melodic idea in your improvisation solos on piano, mainly jazz or jazz, smooth jazz, pop music. You could use it in lots of different genres of music, the information that's in this video. I had a chance to just kind of have a conversation with the music director for the Taboo show here in Macau. His name is Tyler Dennis, and I hope you enjoy the video. He's given out a lot of good knowledge, and check it out. If you want to subscribe to my Instagram, it's Watch and Play Online. On, let's see, Twitter is Power 48, and then of course on Facebook you can reach my page by Watch and Play Online. And yeah, so check out the video, let me know what you think, feel free to share, feel free to comment, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks. What again? What is it again?
So it's an exercise I kind of do where I pick one melody note, and then I'll pick one bass note underneath it, and I'll move that down. You can move chromatically. So that's the kind of the first way you can hear all these different intervals and how they relate.
Right.
All the way down to scale. And then you can take like simple harmony, just like minor chords, major chords. Now, however you want to do that, using that same thing, or you can use, as much harmony.
The bass note is always going down.
So the bass note, or you can do it the other way. You can go bass note coming up and go.
Oh, I see. So you're keeping that G in the top the whole time.
Right, exactly.
Okay, gotcha.
Or you can do it where you keep the bass note the same. So it's just like different ways for you to hear how chords relate.
Okay.
So if you see a complicated chord progression, and you can find 2 or 3 common notes, then you can solo, So you can use this one idea so it kind of makes harmony more simple as opposed to trying to outline trying to play all this.
Okay.
Then you find these few notes that work.
Oh, okay.
But it's kind of getting that in your ear.
So what you call that, common tones?
Yeah, like just common tones. So say you're playing like just a 2-5-1 in D.
Okay.
So all those chords have 3 or 4 notes in common. And so then if you're getting into some weird or more complicated harmony kind of around that key, you can still go. Like the giant steps thing, you can still keep that one note. And you can work around it. So once you kind of get the basics down of using that one note against different bass notes, you can kind of use that as like a pivot point.
Okay.
So you can come in like.
And so how do you hear all of those scales? Is that just scales you put together?
Yeah, it's just scale. It's just kind of like, I guess, for me, if I have a pivot point or a common like kind of reference point.
So in this case, it's a G.
It's a G. So
okay.
if then instead of having like some people will start playing and you'll hear all this all over the keyboard. Yeah. If you kind of have any kind of structure you can put on it, I find for me like improvising, it kind of. The more rules I have, the easier it is to improvise.
Oh, okay.
If you say, okay, I'm gonna sit down and play, you can play. I mean, you have all this at your thing.
Right.
But if you're kind of building a melodic idea and you have, like the same for like a motive, like. So you can like that's kind of how I think about it with harmony. Like you can find one little thing like that, whether it's one note or two notes that you want to do. Like
Okay, I got you.
so
that makes
that's something you can hang on to.
right. And it makes it a lot easier.
Yeah,
It makes improvisation easier.
So you can have something that sounds familiar even when it's shifting. You know, oh, well, I've got this little piece of the harmony to keep.
Oh. And how did you come up with that? Is that something that...
This is just something I kind of found, I figured out listening to records where you'll hear guys that'll do that. Like Sonny Rollins does that. He might take a solo and he'll come into the solo and just...
Oh, okay, yeah.
And all this is moving underneath it and he's just riding that out. Really exploiting like the rhythm of improvising.
Right. As opposed to
playing all this all over the place.
Coltrane.
Yeah,
he wouldn't do that.
Exactly. Yeah, Coltrane would do everything but that.
Yeah, right. Play every note on the scale.
Yeah, but so for me, I kind of took that concept and applied that harmonically.
Okay.
To where the first thing I started doing was take like a major scale, like a major chord, like a major 7. If you think about it as 2/5.
Okay.
So you have like just a C major 7, and then you take these two notes out and put them up here. You have this kind of like really open sound,
Right.
and then you can come up with like to keep that. So you're not really playing like particular chords necessarily. You're just playing these sounds.
Right.
And I was kind of just experimenting with how does this, how can I create new chords, basically new ideas using like intervals. And so then I kind of just started applying that with harmony. And so you can stack it. You can stack all these big intervals and move them around and create these weird structures. But it's not like you don't have to know any kind of scales or anything. You're just taking like shapes, basically. Think about it like a square and a circle,
Right.
and you're just moving those around.
Oh, wow. Okay. And it all sounds in key too.
Yeah, and it's all a lot of classical guys kind of do that thing where they'll pick something.
Okay. That kind of reminds me of Bruce Hornsby. I don't know if you're familiar with him. But he does a lot of that kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
And it sounds open and it sounds new, like nobody else is doing it, kind of.
Right. Yeah, like that kind of.
Yeah.
It's like the Bruce Hornsby, like.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's because it's just basically taking shapes. You sit on one and move the other one around, and that kind of creates new textures against this common sound you have.
Oh, okay, that's cool, Tyler. I got, man, 7 minutes.
Cool.
I can turn that into an hour right there. Thanks, Tyler. Oh,
for sure, man.
Just for shits and giggles. Your Twitter, your whatever. Instagram, you have?
Actually, I do have an Instagram.
Okay.
My Instagram, Twitter, everything is CTylerD.
CTylerD.
CTylerDennis.com.
There you go. Yeah.
Check it out.
All right, man. Thanks, Tyler.
All right, man. Thank you a lot, Tyler, for sharing that information. That was very informative, and I'm going to go back and watch that and incorporate it into my solo piano playing as well. And ladies and gentlemen, if you want to contact Tyler, again, his Instagram is C, the letter C, Tyler D. Yeah, C Tyler D, Tyler, the letter D, C Tyler D on Instagram if you want to contact him, man. And he is the music director for the Taboo Show here in Macau, China. So we're going to move on to the next one. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Thanks for checking it out, and I'll see you next time.